Alright, now this is just a hypothetical video about time travel, and it's just based on some of my opinion. Now, if we were able to build a time machine and say you were able to go into the future about 200 years. Now, in my opinion, since you skipped 200 years and you just jumped into the future, that future would technically be an alternate reality, because anybody you would have interacted with, say like if you had kids, I mean, if you would have had kids, but you didn't because you skipped into the future, so your kids were never born. So your relatives in the future that you could have had aren't there. And when you think about time travel, I mean, if you were able to do it, the vastness of it, time travel, I think, could possibly even affect the universe. And by saying this is this, going back to you having kids. Say if your kid, if you stayed in the past and you had a kid, then your kid had a kid, and your son, well, his son or daughter could have possibly grew up and made some new device that would have possibly got us in communication with aliens in outer space. Now, since you skipped all this and you never had your kids, then that never happened. We never got in contact with these beings. So what I'm saying is, maybe us as the human race haven't figured out time travel yet. So let's just think about aliens. Have they been doing that? If there are any aliens out there, do they know about time travel? Have they did anything like that? So I also want to say that time travel, if it was to be possible, it would not be perfect features every time. It wouldn't be a. Well, what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be a great thing at the same time, because it is very dangerous if it were to be possible. It's just, but the thing about it is if you're trying to skip too far in the future, it's not really a good dictation of what the future is going to be. It's not going to be a great, because it's just not, you just can't, just because you took yourself out of that timeline, everything's affected, and everything you see in the future will not happen. You just can't go, oh, in the future they have this, and oh, in the future they have that, because that's just because you're not there. Now, if you were to go, now if you would have went in the future and you came back and you sent your buddy to go into the future, he might have seen a different future than what you did, because you're still in the timeline, but where he skipped out the timeline, everything's different for him because he's no longer in the timeline. If all this kind of makes sense. And also, if you were able to go back into the past, I don't care if you were in a machine hovering in the sky, you still can mess up stuff. I don't care, it could have been a bug or some type of prehistoric bird or some crap you could have hit. And not necessarily that you had to hit anything. I mean, you could just be there and alter a slight wind pattern and told some insect to fly off somewhere else rather than it going to where it needed to go to mate with the other insect or whatever. I mean, time travel is dangerous, and even if you do say you're going to the future, there's no such thing as an accurate future. If you're taking yourself out of the timeline, it is not a proper future. I know I've been all over the place, so I hope you generally understand what I'm saying. It's just that time travel, even if you're able to go in the future, is not perfect. Now, and definitely we shouldn't go back in the past, because you can mess up some major shit. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. And y'all take it easy and let me see some of your thoughts if y'all can make sense of my rambling. Peace out.